Hey everyone, ChaosGiga here, and in this video I wanted to do a little bit better job of showing how to do this light on the top. As you can see, I've already got the lighthouse built up to the top like I did that one in the other video, and this is my brother's creation realm, by the way. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to build out a block, 2 blocks actually, and just spread that around here. This will be for the outside portion, which we have our steel bars on. Just keep going around till we get it connected. And it should look like that. Okay, now that we got that, we're going to take our observers, and I'm actually going to do this light, I think, the other way, so like this. And let's make sure, but I'm pretty sure I faced it the other way, so it was going... Yeah, so with the facing of that way, it's going counterclockwise. So we're going to try clockwise. What are you guys doing up here? Jerks. Anyway. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. That'd be 3 redstone right there. Nope, that's not facing the right direction. There we go. Then 1, 2, 3 for more redstone right here. So this is how we're going to do this. 1, 2, 3. Again, it's facing wrong. It's facing into the ground. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now the next part is to get these facing down. For the second layer. Like I said before in the previous video of building that one, this is one of the smallest lighthouses I've ever built. My brother likes them though, so he wants to keep them this size, because obviously this realm, it's in a realm, this world's in a realm, so we can only see as far as one chunk. So as you can see, that's why we're in a square that you can see from right where I'm at. So there's no real point in building anything super tall, unless it's all going to be in the same chunk. Alright, so let's go around here and make sure we got it all correct. Looks like it is. Okay, so now we go to the redstone lamps and we do 2 on each one of these blocks here. Alright, now the easy part is just putting down the redstone. Oops. That was the wrong spot. Obviously it has to run underneath the face or in front of the face of the observer block, which makes sense, right? Alright, and it's as simple as that. Once I put the last block in front of a face of an observer, it starts up a chain reaction with the lights and they just start going around. And like I posted in my other video, if you need to know who actually came up with this setup, basically, it is Drama Smith. Definitely check out her video on how she came up with this design from Mumbo Jumbo's design. So, yeah. Very informative video. Because I was just like really pounding my head against a wall trying to figure out how to get all of these connected like this. I came close to this design setup, but I was still like having issues with some of the corners, especially on the bigger lighthouses that I've built in my my own personal creation world, which I can see further away, so it makes sense to build tall things that you can see from far away. I'm not sure if this same setup will work in Bedrock. This is Java edition, so I'm not too sure about that. I will try that sometime and let you all know. Until then, though, I'm going to go ahead and cap this off with the glass, and then I'll worry about the roof here in just a few minutes. I'm going to cap this off in glass, and then we're going to go through and just knock out some of the sides for some windows, because I think it looks kind of dumb without windows in this. I feel like we should have at least, well, that's no good. Let's just do a block for a window for each layer. I think that'll work. Yeah, it's not too bad. It looks a little bit better. It doesn't look so bland now. I'm going to do that on all four sides. Just because I guess most lighthouses actually have both two sides, because they have spiral staircases that lead most generally up to the top, where the light keeper would have to take care of the lights. Some of the newer ones, I think, actually have stairs, the rectangular stair system up to the top, because they have electrical stuff that runs up through the center now, so you have to get to that sometimes for wear and tear. The only other thing I'd have to do, I think, would be the bars. So let's just go ahead and do that, and then we'll cap it off, and that's going to be it. But yeah, I just wanted to make sure I did that right for you guys, so that way you actually understand how I got the lights to do what they do, because it's just important to note that you got to put the last redstone in front of a face of an observer, otherwise the light will just and wait for the light to go out too before you place that last redstone in front of a face. Or you could go ahead and place all the redstone down, kill a redstone or break a redstone out of the front of one of the observers, wait till the light goes out, and then replace it, and it should be good to go. Since this is one of the smallest lighthouses I've ever done, I think that's why we got so many lamps lit up, so I don't think we can decrease the amount of lamps lit up. I know on the larger one I made in my survival, it is actually larger, but it only has 3 lamps lit up at a time going around in a circle. So there's that. So cap this off. The reason why I put these slabs is so nothing spawns up on the very top. So far nothing has spawned up where the bars are at, which I don't think they can anyway because of the light going around. Sometimes the game will kind of glitch up and all the lamps will just be coming on, except maybe one. All you gotta do really is just break a redstone, and like I said before, break a redstone in front of one of the observer's face and then replace it, and after the light goes out, and you should have the light going back around in the circle again. I don't know why that is. It's happened to me twice now, because like look at this one right here. It's actually starting to get more and more lamps going, and it seems to be like the longer you spend away from this, the more likely this is to happen. So I don't know why. So we're gonna go ahead and destroy that redstone piece. The light is completely out. Replace it, and there we go. Okay. So now we got our twin lighthouses up, and I just need to finish off putting glass in the window, or glass windows into it, so it looks kind of fancy, I guess. Maybe I'll just do the front and back. I think the front and back would be good. I think that'll be good. You can always change it later. And you guys can do whatever you want to yours, obviously. Oops. Alright, do the other side. So you can see I didn't have to do too much terraforming on this one. Well, I just didn't do too much because I didn't want to have to do that water break system again. That was very, very difficult to come up with, but luckily I had a friend that had pictures of that sort of stuff underneath one of the older lighthouses that he went to visit. And of course my mom is a big fan of lighthouses too, so that helps. Should I say our mom is, because this is my brother's server. So yeah, okay, that does not look too bad. I like it. For a tiny lighthouse, it's kind of good. I don't really like the tops, but my brother said that's as good as he wants it. That's as big as he wants lighthouses to be at the beginning of the entrance to the man-made river. He said if we decide to build castles elsewhere, we can build a bigger lighthouse, a single lighthouse on an island, or an inlet to warn ships that they're close to the port. But alright. Only other thing for this world of his is basically this creation world that we're working on building up. We started the outline for... God, this is as fast as I go. The docks. Getting the docks built. We'll have merchant ships, maybe 2 merchant ships in here in the docks. That chicken is still there. What the heck? It's one tough bird. Out here, we're planning on putting the shops in between here. So this wall right here is not exactly permanent. It's just built there to show where he wants the castle gates. He wants 2 castle gates, one leading straight to the castle, which this is just a layout right now. So we're gonna have, this is gonna be like a map hall plus storage room for like, or storage warehouse I should say, for like all the items that we'll share with other players. We'll have 4 like miniature towers on it to make it look kind of like the back end of a castle. And the front end we can expand out a little bit further as a castle portion. But the middle section is going to be like a map room, so a giant map wall on the back wall there, and storage space, just a bunch of chests and storage and stuff like that. And the front will be more storage as well. Maybe an enchanter's room or something in there as well. Not sure how he wants to do that. But I'm going to build a castle gate right up in here, and I'll probably do a video on the second one I build, which will be closer to the docks, because like I want to feel like the merchants are delivering supplies. It's going straight through a gate into the castle supply room. That would make more sense, I think. And then out here, this whole line right here, basically up to where I've got that depressed at. I only put that depression in there to have a stopping point for buildings and houses and all that stuff. But in the middle here, between the wall and the player houses, which will be out here, he's deciding he wants player houses out here, which is actually a good thing, I think. Putting the player houses out here with the shops and stuff in the middle ensures that those shops will never stop working, because we're either going to be in our homes creating, or we're going to be back here in the storage area creating stuff, or getting stuff together before taking off and using it somewhere on like new creations or something. So everything that's in the middle here will keep working as long as we're in this chunk. So that makes sense to put all the shops and stuff in the center. So I liked that idea actually. So I like that idea a lot better than having the player homes inside the wall at the castle. Those are his 2 guard towers. We kind of got it, I basically just copied and pasted that one. I mean, he didn't really want like perfect guard towers. He said they could be square as far as he's concerned. They're just for looks, basically. And so we could see out in the forest to see if there's anything like in our way before jumping off the wall to go out there and adventure or something. Which I don't think that wall is going to be low enough to jump off of, because it's going to be pretty high, as it's the back end of the castle. And if you wanted to expand this out further, we can do that. That's no big deal, because this castle kind of looks kind of small. But it's like I told him, we can still expand out the front end of it, and this wall is not permanent, so we can always take that down and expand out. But player homes will be up in this area, basically, up in the front area here, because we don't really need that much space, I don't think, for shops and stuff. He wants me to get started on outline for that, but I'm going to do that on graph paper before even coming up on here, because I want to know exactly how much space that stuff's going to take up before permanently graphing it out, if you will, with concrete and stuff like I did for the castle there. So we're still not even done with that, and I don't really like just having a square building or rectangular building with 4 pillars, or towers if you will. I'd prefer to have that plus actual castle looking type things. Maybe another square rectangular type thing coming out the front as an entrance to it. I was honestly thinking of maybe that coming all the way up to the wall where the gate opens. And then basically you're just walking straight into a storage hall with doors on either side to exit out, and there could be other buildings out here off to the side for other stuff if we wanted to build them. If he wants more guard towers in the corners too, we could do that. I mean, the sky's the limit for creation right here, to be honest. But this is really not going to be a castle, though. It's going to be a map hall and a storage room, basically, to be brutally honest. He really wants to look for a flat plains land to build a castle at, and then we'll be able to like maybe tie up a water system or a train system to get there, like a monorail type thing, which I'm okay with as well, but I'd rather just focus on this area that's close to where we first spawned at. And then we can set this like the main spawn point or something when we get that far. But for now, we're just gonna... I just want to show this off before I get started on doing some other things. I'm not sure about this wall either. I don't know if we're going to leave that prismarine. He wants everything to be unique for this build, so that's why he wanted the guard towers built out of quartz. And by the way, they do have spiral staircases built within them. I could show you guys that real quick before we cut this out here. So yeah. He loves green, so I went ahead and just did prismarine for it, and then he just went ahead and used prismarine for that wall. But yeah, it's an actual spiral staircase all the way down. I don't think it's done yet because you could still fall off. I was thinking about expanding the quartz out into here so that way it still looks like a spiral staircase. This leads right into the wall. So there will be a walkway underneath the wall, inside of it, if you will, and then on top of the wall there will also be a walkway which goes around these guard towers. So yeah, pretty tall spiral staircase, but it works to get up there on the top and then all the way down. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed that. I'll catch you in the next one after we've done some more building in his creation map. Till then, I'm going to be doing mostly videos for my survival map, so I'll catch you guys in those. Peace out.